Recently, the government announced something that is very, very beneficial to us. That going forward, as of I think 28 December last year, yeah, that is 2024. Going forward, you'll not be paying tax when you have hit the retirement age, possibly of 60 years. Previously, it was 65 years. That is when you were exempted 100% from paying tax. But now, we have good news. Majority of the civil servant gets 1/3 as a lump sum, and 2/3 as you're given an option either to buy one of these two things. One, you buy either annuity or an income drawdown.
Hi everyone, I hope this video finds you well. My name is Martin in case you're here for the first time. Na sisi ni watu wa insurance. We do civic education as well as reviews on insurance, especially within the Kenyan market. Now in today's conversation, we want to talk about a very important subject for those people who are retiring. Najua sometimes watu wanakuwa stranded. And by that, do not underestimate hii mambo ya retirement. Kuna watu wengi wanafika hiyo point ya retirement, you want to make investment, but sometimes you have very few options. Not there are no other options, but in terms of information, maybe you might not be having a lot of information in regards to investing. And one of the things that retirees do at the point of retirement is they are required by law to buy an annuity. So in today's video, we want to discuss about annuities, and also we are going also to touch on which other options apart from annuities would you go for as a retiree in terms of investment, ndio tuache ku make wrong decisions. Unapata mtu amepatiwa lump sum, then you start a business that you have never started before. You didn't have an experience before. Umefungua hardware ama umefungua clinic, yet you don't have experience in these spaces. So the reason why it's important to learn is because you don't want to make wrong decisions. Na unajua at the point of retirement, if you are given lump sum, that might be the last time you are getting lump sum. So if you make wrong investment decisions, sometimes unaweza kuta ile your hope is gone. Ka pension, watu wengi wanakuwa wameshikilia ka pension. So it's important to at least learn, understand which are the options available in terms of investment, so that ukipatiwa hiyo pesa namna hii, you know where to take that money and to grow that money to create something we call passive income. Okay, so we are going to get into this video, and I'm going to invite my friend and my panelist, my panelist, to have this discussion. Karibu sana Bwana Moi.
Thank you Martin.
Yes.
Again, our viewers, our friends, people who really watch us, yeah, we are really grateful for you following up on what we do. You really keeps us on the toes, and you encourage us to keep doing this.
Yes.
Yeah, and what possibly I might request you to do, because it can help us reach more. Just hit up that subscription button. You share, you like, you comment. That one can guide us on what topic that are most relevant to you and can help more people.
Yes.
So today we want to discuss something that is quite obvious, but at the same time very few people have this knowledge, and we want to talk about what next after now you have exited, especially from civil servant.
Yes.
You could be a teacher, you could be a police officer, you could be a normal civil servant. Yeah, you work possibly in a parastatal, you work for an NGO, and you have retired. So once now you have hit the requirement age for the exit, it could be 55 to some, others 60. Now I must tell you that we are very delighted, because recently the government announced something that is very, very beneficial to us. That going forward, as of I think 28 December last year, yeah, that is 2024, going forward you'll not be paying tax when you have hit the retirement age, possibly of 60 years. Previously it was 65 years. That is when you were exempted 100% or from paying tax. But now we have good news. But you still have those conditions that you'll have to meet once you retire, because there's no way you will get 100% of how much, or 100% of the amount of money that is under your pension. So once you receive, you are to that, because it is still continuing. The only thing that was removed was tax. But basically, majority of the civil servant gets 1/3 as a lump sum, and 2/3 as you're given an option, either to buy one of these two things. One, you buy either annuity or an income drawdown, what we call IDD. So for the lump sum of 1/3, you can choose to put that money under money market fund, which could be growing slowly by slowly. But the beauty is this money gives you kind of cash flow. It provides you with cash flow. At the same time, during that time you're not using the money, it is growing. So that is about 1/3. But for the 2/3, you don't have a choice. You need to buy either income drawdown or annuity. Let's start with the easiest. For the annuity, this basically is a plan that you buy from an insurance company registered or authorized to transact in those kind of business. For annuity, you give your lump sum amount to an insurance A, to an insurance B, to an insurance C, and they will guarantee you a monthly income until you die. That is basically what we call an annuity. Now, the way to choose the right annuity, you can engage someone with that knowledge, but we can also help you to choose the right insurance company, because different companies will give you different offers. There are companies that will give you but that one of course will be determined by how much you are bringing in. But let's go to the main point. Now that you have company A managing your annuity, what it will be doing is that every month you'll be getting a monthly income. But again, there's because it's still an insurance, so it has some aspect of insurance in it. And annuity, you can choose the time you would like your beneficiary to enjoy the money in your absence. So as for you, you will enjoy the money until death. Even if you hit 100 years, that one doesn't matter to an insurance. But you'll also have to choose the period which your beneficiary will be enjoying. You can choose 5 years, you can choose 10 years, you can choose 15 or even 20 years. If you choose, or even you can choose 0. So let's take a case of a person with 10 million. The 10 million, you buy an annuity which will be giving you approximately 1%. That is 100,000 per month for the rest of your life.
That's an annuity.
That is an annuity. And you've taken a person with 10 million. And then, as for the beneficiary, you can choose to put 0 years, so that once you die, the money will end up with an insurance. If you choose 5 years, that means that if you go past 5 years, your beneficiary will get 0.
Okay.
If you choose 10 years, and God forbid you die, maybe at the 5th year, your beneficiary will enjoy for the rest of 5 years.
So your beneficiaries will only benefit if you're not there?
Yes, your beneficiary will only benefit if you are not there.
And you have indicated the time they are going to benefit.
Good, and you have indicated how long you want them to enjoy. But if you surpass that time, tuseme umesema hii annuity yangu nataka my beneficiary to enjoy for 20 years. If you go you die possibly at 22, your beneficiary will get 0. But if you die maybe in the first 3 years, maybe the third year, your beneficiary will enjoy for 18 or 17 years.
Then the question that comes in my mind
Yes.
is why would I go for few years when I can go for many years?
For longest. So for annuity, because we talk of different companies giving us different options. If you choose 0 guarantee years, you'll get more than that person who chooses 20 years.
Oh, you get more
in terms of
monthly payout?
Yes, than that person who have chosen maybe
20
years for the beneficiary. But the difference is insignificant. You could find that the difference is just 2,000 or 3,000.
Okay.
Yes. While that person taking up a longer period for the beneficiary, maybe 20 years, gets like 100,000. For you who have chosen 0 years guarantee, you may get 105,000.
So I have a question.
Yes.
If that is the case, if you can buy an annuity and probably die after 1 year,
yes,
and if you had not indicated, or you had indicated 0 guarantee,
yes,
so you have said that that money is left with an insurance company.
100%.
So in short, your annuity is yours in quote. So long as you are alive.
When you are alive. Yeah, the money is you have a guarantee of constant pay until that time. So that is why you need someone to guide you on the best way to do an annuity. Because again, remember, annuity, you have an option of that payout to be, or to have what we call an escalation. Well, that means that every year your money will be will be increased annually. Maybe if,
by a certain
percentage, could be 3%, could be 5%, could be 10%. The person who chooses the highest percentage of escalation starts receiving less money than that person who chooses possibly 0. Yeah, you say that I want a constant pay the entire life. That person will obviously get more money than the person who chooses 10% annual escalation or annual increment.
So the money you would say belongs to you with no terms and conditions attached to it is the that.
Yeah, exactly.
So the 2/3 is dependent on other terms.
Yeah, there are a lot of other terms, but they are simple to understand if you have the right person to guide you.
Yes.
So this an important question you have asked me, a question of whether you can take what we call annuity to include my partner or my spouse. Yes, you also have that option where you will enjoy this money until death, but upon your death, the spouse takes over until his or her death.
And once both of you are gone, that becomes the end of it.
That becomes the end of it.
So that money is left with the insurance company.
However,
initial investment.
What you'll find is most of the time you'll get more money than how much you put.
And maybe there's someone who is listening.
Yes.
Is there a way you can maybe at some point request for part of your investment?
Under a different arrangement. That is why we said that we have basically 2 options. We have the IDD, what we call income drawdown, and we have the annuity.
Ebu just do an overview of IDD.
So for the IDD, you choose how long you want to enjoy this money, monthly pay. So as opposed to annuity. For annuity, it's lifetime. For IDD, you can say 10 years. But again, you'll be getting that money either monthly, quarterly, annually. But upon reaching 10 years, whatever will be left, you will still have to buy
an annuity.
You get? So an annuity is like the standard plan. So you can choose. Yeah, you could be having 10 million, and then you say, well, I want to be enjoying this money for the next annually. I want to be having a plan whereby I can get annual payout for the next 10 years. But if I will die, if I survive, whatever will be left after 10 years, I can buy an annuity. If I don't survive, then someone else can get that money, that payout as a lump sum.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you compare annuity and drawdown, in terms of interest, what would you advise?
Both of them
from
have possibly an equal interest of minimum 5% to some insurance companies, while others don't give you any guarantee. Yeah, but an annuity is always a better plan because of number one, there is also that risk of overliving. Yeah, if you overlive, let's say you took a plan of 10 million, and I want you to do some simple maths. 10 million would give you an average of 100,000. What if you live for 30 years? How much will you have gotten? That is 100,000 times 12, that is 1.2. So times 30?
Times 30.
30 million.
Yes.
But how much did you give to an insurance?
10.
So basically, within that period, how much have you gotten?
So even if your initial capital is left at some point,
yes,
you've already recouped your money.
You have recouped your money, and if it won't be, if you not have recouped, your family can take over and yes.
So what I'm getting basically is the reason why annuities or IDD are important is to replace your income that you have lost.
Exactly.
That is the simple.
That is the simple essence of an annuity. Whatever amount you are used to getting when you are working, you are still getting that money, because we know or we understand that upon retirement, you have
expenditure did not stop.
Nothing stops. You still live. Yeah, and possibly you even have more responsibility. During your working time, you possibly had a good medical cover. Now you no longer have it. Yeah, after retirement, you have some grandchildren who are visiting Shosho and Gunga.
Yes.
You are still there are those social activities.
So bottom line, ni both IDD or annuity.
Yes, annuity is a
help you.
better plan. But the essence of both of them is to help you replace the income that you are getting. Yeah.
Okay. So one final question: is it possible to take both?
Practically, I think not, because not unless you have quite a good amount to do that.
So for someone with the good amount, it's possible.
Yes, for someone with the good amount, it's possible.
But the point is to that. Is a mandatory, either you buy an annuity or
you don't have a choice. But again, you also could have been in informal sector, and you have possibly accumulated enough. You can still do annuity.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Is it a private?
Yeah, a private person or a private individual.
Yes.
You are not limited. It's not only limited. Because the interest here is the amount of money. Do you have the money? Yes.
Okay.
And with as low as I think 1 million, you can buy an annuity.
Okay. So maybe in terms of percentage, do you have like a rough figure of what the average in terms of interest?
Around 5%. That is the interest. Guaranteed interest. However, there are those institutions that do not give any guarantee. So if it sinks, the company sinks with your pension. So that is why it is important have someone to guide you. Yes.
Okay. So even where you are taking your money is equally important.
It's very, very important. Yes.
So you are given the liberty to choose where you want your pension
that
to
is
go.
That is the beauty. Once you retire, what your employer will tell you, go seek an insurance guy. He can always guide you. Alternatively, your HR could be having some knowledge.
Yes.
But what I would advise HRs or any person in charge of payroll, you can always invite us so that we can discuss these things and how we can educate your members of staff, to understand these things in a better way and how to choose the best insurance company, and they can get the maximum benefit for especially for annuities. Yes, thank you so much.
Wow, so thank you very much for taking us through. That's a very important subject which we know most retirees really understand the importance of this information, because you might not know the importance kama hujafika mambo ya kuretire, but for those people who are at the point of retirement, there is what I would call panic mode. You don't know what to do after retirement. So in case you are there and you want to know more about pension, retirement, annuities, income drawdowns, or other investments are available for someone with lump sum, you can always leave a question in the comment section, and we'll be able to take it up and do a detailed video such as this one to help you understand before you buy. So thank you for watching this video to the end, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, God bless you and
bye bye.
Bye-bye.